we're on the air, and it's once again race day today in North Carolina. Welcome to the Rockingham Speedway for stop number 2 of the 2024 Mission Barbecue Cup Series season, the ASE DieHard 400. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, lads of all ages, as we welcome you to the track with live coverage on the North American Sim Racing Network, and from high in the sky in the press box, my name is Trey Wright for the NESRN. 80 laps are on the docket for today's race around this 1 mile tri-oval, set to be a good one here today after a very chaotic race last Saturday afternoon down at the Daytona International Speedway that saw Braden Perez win the Daytona 500 over Alex Sanvitale down in Daytona. We travel north to the Tar Heel State for the second race of the season, a race where we typically start to see the comers and goers in the points battle and the race for the championship come September. And going back to Braden Perez, he starts deep in the field in 40th, but his co-owned team of Troxel Perez Racing has swept the front row for today's race at Rockingham. Thomas Troxel's on the pole in the 00 Vitamin Water Toyota for TPR. Alex Lozano is next to him in the 11 FedEx machine. We'll go over the rest of the starting lineup in a moment, but this is typically a race where tire wear and track position play a large factor, especially starting towards the front and nailing the only pit stop of the day. We tend to see a lot of trouble in the back with these guys running 2 and 3 wide, especially on the start of this race. When they come off of turn 2 off that first lap, it's basically a crapshoot to see if anybody will get turned around, especially through these weird little banked corners and how differently turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are banked. Turns 1 and 2 are banked at 22 degrees, 3 and 4 are banked at 25, so it's going to be interesting to see how these guys are able to navigate this little oblong Darlington light banking here at Rockingham, which just adds even more and more character to the track. But again, starting near the front and nailing that only pit stop of the day. And this is also the first race that will likely see drivers take fresh Hoosiers after a run, because nobody took tires at Daytona. It was just gas and go to be able to get everybody to the end of that race, meaning we'll finally have to see who gained those 5 bonus points for running the fastest 4-tire pit stop in the race. But we'll jump right into the action with the moment you've all been waiting for, that time of the broadcast again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go down trackside to get the most famous words in motorsport to kick off the ASE DieHard 400.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines roar to life on the pit lane here at Rockingham. We were just moments away from dropping the green flag for today's race. Like we said, the 2 TPR cars are on the front row. Trey Smith and Charlie Davenport in row 2. Danny Fallington is the highest starting rookie on the grid. He makes up row 3 with Logan Alexander. Make sure everybody rolls off. There is Zachary Fitzwater starting shotgun on the field. We go down to your race analysis below. It's an 80-lap race around Rockingham. Your pit window is between 44 and 48 laps. Your 2 previous winners at the Rock are Keegan Thompson, who starts 11th, and Zachary Fitzwater starting shotgun on the field in last. So the pace car leads the field through turns 3 and 4. About to get the second race of the season kicked off here at Rockingham. The 2 TPR cars will go through the race's restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and we are live here for race 2 at the Rock. Trey Smith will lead his first lap of the season to complete lap number 1, and Alex Lozano already falling really behind, 3 by 3 wide. The battle for about the 10th position. Everybody remaining straight here, all 42 cars underneath the blanket, but it's Trey Smith still looking for his first win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. He's got a good shot to win here today. Started this race in 3rd. He's already found his way to the lead. Danny Fallington right behind him in 2nd. As his field continues to pace around here, and you see how bad that outside lane can be. Lozano continuing to hemorrhage positions. Reggie Fogelman, who wrecked out of the Daytona 500, also trapped on that outside lane, 3 wide, but they're able to make it work. I guess everybody is learning a little bit from the opening race on Saturday on how not to be aggressive, because I tell you, everybody was just uber aggressive in the Daytona 500, and it led to only 20 cars finishing the 50-lap race. Keegan Thompson, winner here back in 2021, currently running 4th in the Viagra number 14 car. Dylan Matthews had a decent finish here in the Winston All-American Series race back in March. Trying to win here at the Cup level. Top 6 cars, 5 cars rather. We'll make it 6. Cameron Garlington is in this battle right now. Top 6 cars starting to pull away. It's Fogelman, Matt Wolf, and Eric Monaco battle for that last position already on lap 6 of 80. Fastest lap of the race right now belongs to Dylan Matthews. Still drafting behind that 14 machine. Cameron Garlington right behind him. In between all these guys, Riley Sampson, first time we're mentioning him here today. The Australian native, trying to get his 2nd or 3rd career win in the MBCS. Trey Smith still looking for win number 1. And was a stalwart on that Team Velocitar program. The first 3 seasons of competition, that program folding, going into the 4th season. Now he has found a home with Otter Island Motorsports. Watch out, Danny Fallington in his tire tracks, and he is closing into that 79, closed in a 1/10 of a second behind that Otter Island Motorsports car. Still trying to find that 16 team, their first win for Stealth Motorsports. The 20 and the 28 have both been in Gatorade Victory Lane. 16 crew has not. Again, Noah Clifton being in that car for the last 2 seasons, him stepping aside, making room for Danny Fallington to take the reins of that Hidden Valley Ranch Monte Carlo. He's drawn a bead on the rear bumper of this 79 car. Already an 1/8 of the way through the ASE DieHard 400. It's been a good race up front so far. Charlie Davenport, who started this race on the outside of row 2, falling all the way back to 42nd. Keegan Thompson still trying to hold off Dylan Matthews. Matthews will respond by going down to the inside, trying to make a pass there for the 4th spot. These two going side by side for a brief moment. We'll bring in Igor Barreto in that 13 car. Remember, he was a little bit of a moving pylon in the Daytona 500 on Saturday. In fact, wrecked both his teammate and his Manufacturer Alliance car of Mitchell Collins and Daniel Bouchard. Collins on the outside of Justin Zeidel, going on to the back straightaway for the 13th time today. 3 wide off the corner. Fitzwater on the outside of that battle. As Collins will lose a little bit of time on the high lane. Again, Rockingham, a 1-groove racetrack. Not quite a short track, as it's just a touch over a mile. But a race is a lot like one with the single groove and the tight quarters racing here at the Rock. And Trey Smith has led all 14 laps so far today. Top 3 starting to pull away. Smith, Fallington, and the number 24 of Riley Sampson. And remember, Danny Fallington does have 2 wins in 2024. He won the Winston All-American Series race at Thornton and also won the New Year's 500 at the Daytona International Speedway back on New Year's Day. And we had a car go around in the back, and it's Tyler Reynolds, who went around on the front straightaway. Saw a similar incident last week as Riley Sampson will go underneath Fallington for the 2nd spot. Trying to see who turned the 19 car around. Already a car, a little bit of front end damage See the front end of that 19 car a little bit warped. I'm not sure if that's just the Cup 05 design of the Camry. That might be it. And Reynolds will come down the pit lane. He will go at least 1 or 2 laps down. I think that warpage on the front is just part of the design of these 2005 cars. Nonetheless, our first incident of the afternoon does not bring out our first caution. Trey Smith continues to dominate. Still, the fastest car on the racetrack is Dylan Matthews. Already about halfway through our run, as Fallington tries to go a lane lower beneath the 24. The more those two battle, the more it's going to allow Trey Smith to pull away. Today might be the day for Trey Smith. Remember, was the only driver from the 2020 class who did not get a win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, was not yet won in the MBCS yet. Matthews will get around Fallington. 3 rookies right next to one another. Although rookies is a little fast and loose term, especially with Igor Barreto, the Brazilian driver, who's trying to get the 2-for-1 deal. If Matthews slides up the racetrack, he's going to leave a little bit of a hole. I don't think Barreto will take it quite yet. Matthews shuts the door on the 13 car, but Fallington starting to fall off a little bit in that 16. Ran the majority of this race in the second spot, but has fallen all the way down to 5th. Smith has led all 22 laps so far today. It's Tyler Reynolds, 2 laps down. Made his way back out onto the racetrack. There's Alex Lozano, your outside pole sitter. Not a good start for this 11 team. Remember, he ran into the back of Brennan Wilmington in the Daytona 500. Or he ran into somebody. I can't remember who it exactly was. But he's in the middle of a 3-wide situation with Wilmington and Durrani. Lozano in his second season of MBCS competition, driving the newly renumbered 11 car. 3 wide off of turn 4. There's Braden Perez, your Daytona 500 winner. Slowly but surely making his way through the pack. Started this race in 40th, has climbed himself up to the 18th spot. He's been utilizing that low lane. So far is the biggest mover of the race. He's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Catch up to these lap down car, or these leaders rather. Already on lap 25 of 80. It's been a good race so far, and it's been a calm race so far. Compared to the races we've had here in the last couple of years, I think we'll definitely take a little bit more of a calm race. Skylar Taylor in that Costco number 15 for ST Motorsports. Their second race in MBCS competition. I'm actually driving the same design of car that Zachary Fitzwater drove to victory here 2 years ago. About 2 years ago at this point. Back in 2022. I think it looks better with the blue, red, and the red, white, and blue. Costco logo is she'll move underneath the 5, Cole Sampson. That is the battle for 19th right now, as Taylor will get it. And Sampson will go 0 for 2, maybe 0 for 3, as both Georgi and Fitzwater will go down to the inside of this 5 car. Fitzy with the power move. Fight in front. Everything else, aside from this wad of cars, Cameron Garlington holding up Will Parrish and Toby Murphy on the inside lane, it looks like, and Keegan Thompson has really fallen off in the 14 car as well. He's been stuck on that outside as Corey Case will go to the inside of the Riley, Alberta native. front of him is the Hamilton, New Jersey native of Toby Murphy. His second ever race in the MBCS. Glad this is a little bit more of a calm race, as Dylan Matthews and Igor Barreto have both gotten around the 24. So there's a little bit of shakeup. Matthews, like we said, has been the fastest car on the racetrack consistently. Igor Barreto has been right behind him. Those two did a little bit of tandem drafting at the short track. Never thought I'd say that in my life, but here we are. Barreto trying to make a move to the outside. He just stays pasted on that rear bumper. He stays pasted on that rear bumper, that one car for long, and just to say that, he'll make the move to the inside. Slingshot engaged through turns 3 and 4. Will utilize the higher banking on the inside to take the second position away. So Barreto put a really bad race last week at Daytona. Looking to go from GOAT to Stallion in the matter of less than a week, but Trey Smith has been the class of the field so far. Just like that, here comes the one car, not able to get within striking distance of the 13. We're nearly at the halfway point through this race, and Trey Smith has led every single lap. Barreto's car starting to come alive a little bit here. Now 10 laps away from this pit cycle opening up. I'm telling you, a short track like this, I think you want to be one of the first ones to come down, as Truck's on the outside of a 3-wide situation. He's able to bail out of it in time. Zachary Fitzwater will be the benefactor of that. Fitzy right now running in that was the battle for 19th. Fitzwater continues to move his way up through the field. Another wad of cars around here as Toby Murphy has gotten around his teammate and team owner. Continues to be the top 3 cars pulling away. 2 of them are rookies. Neither of them have won a race in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. But I think it's been long overdue for Trey Smith, but Igor Barreto still having a really good run so far in this race. Finished 20th in the Daytona 500. Right now, he's bettering that position by 19. He's trying to better it by 20. "36 laps down of the scheduled 80. Still no cautions in this race. Only one incident on the front straightaway. That man right there, Tyler Reynolds in the 19. Currently 2 laps down, the only car off the lead lap. A little bit of chaos there off the corner. As Braden Perez starting to lose some time on the outside lane, and I'll tell you, all these Hoosier tires are starting to wear out for these cars. See, the lap time's definitely starting to fall off. We had a 23.17 on the first lap, and the pace is down by 3 seconds. So if I'm these drivers, I'm coming down as soon as I can. Remember, the window opening up in about 6 laps. We had green flag pit stops at Rockingham before, so it'll be interesting to see when these guys come down. 3 wide. Crown Jr. thought about making it 3 abreast between the 00 and the 4 of Eric Monaco. Struggling a little bit in his first 2 races as an owner-driver. Opening up that 75 car for that man right there, Matthew Hubert. Driver of the Zinn Machine in the American Series. Now the flagship, number 75 for Otter Island Motorsports. So this time by will be the Cross Flags halfway home in the ASE DieHard 400. It's not the flagship car. I think Benny Watson will take it. His car has led all 41 laps here today. All 40 laps here, rather. Trying to lock up that most laps led bonus points. This time around here is Trey Smith will go on the back straightaway. No, he is going to come down this time by. And Barretto will lead a lap. Surrendering the lead is a 79, and it's feeding time on the pit lane. Seeing a little bit of split strategy. Most of the Chevys and Toyotas coming down, a Ford here and there. We'll focus on Trey Smith coming down the pit lane. 4 fresh Hoosiers on the wall for this 79 team. As he comes down to that third pit stall at Rockingham. Again, the fastest 4-tire pit stop gets 5 bonus points. Out and away. Nope, coming in is Thomas Troxel and Charlie Davenport. And he's off the jack right there. 14.53 right now is the fastest pit stop. As the second half of the field will come down. There's Igor Barretto in the 13 car. Jack drops 14.81, 0.3 of a second slower. I think that's going to play right into Trey Smith's hands. He comes around turn number 4, rocketing around with fresh Hoosiers. We'll see the race off the pit lane. I don't even think it's going to be close. And beating him off there by a country mile is going to be Trey Smith. And again, got the drop on the other 2 competitors. I don't even think Barretto and Matthews having 1 lap fresher tires is going to make that big of a difference. The third set of cars will come down. Davenport is down the pit lane. We'll see how timing and scoring shakes up. Still going to be a lot of lap traffic. Showing Toby Murphy in front, but Murphy coming down the pit lane. I think it's going to be the 79 car by quite a distance. Timing and scoring at the line. It is going to be the 79 of Trey Smith who will come down, who will lead. And it'll be Will Parrish who will take the second spot away. That was a blazing fast pit stop by that 79 team. 14 points. Let's see, 79. Where are you? Number 79 car. Definitely have the fastest pit stop. 14.53. Right now, that is going to be the fastest pit stop of the day. I'll double check later. But Trey Smith on a real rope right now. It's Will Parrish. Parrish closing in a little bit. Those 2 pitted on the same lap, so they're on the same strategy. But he's got the drafting help from Zidell and Riley Sampson. But again, we still got a long way to go in this race, and we still could see an accident. All these cars on new tires are a lot faster on the track. Huge wad of lap traffic. Dylan Matthews nearly going 3 wide as Tyler Reynolds really slow on the track. Again, Reynolds slowing these guys down. He stayed out after he took tires. And he is on a lot older tires than the rest of these cars. And he is holding up Ethan Lewis, Igor Barretto, and John Andrews. A little bit of a choo-choo train as nobody is able to get by him. Now Lewis will. Barretto is able to get by. John Andrews stuck, and he nearly cut right in front of Collins going out of turn 2. And that would have been our first caution of the afternoon for sure. Back to the front has been all Trey Smith, who has led all but 3 laps in this race. And Justin Zidell, as these guys battle for second. Zidell has taken the penultimate position away from Will Parrish, who's stuck on the high lane. These guys are able to stay in line. They might be able to catch this 79 with 30 laps to go at Rockingham. It's a 2.5 second deficit. So they're going to have to save a little bit of their stuff. But I know Trey Smith is in tire and fuel conservation mode. And he so far has played the strategy perfectly. Right now, it's 29 laps away from his first win at the Cup Series level. Reggie Fogelman bottoming out there in the 12, and he's going to come down, actually. And it's going to be a tire failure for Fogelman, so back-to-back weeks with issues for this 12 car. Remember, they wrecked down on lap 4 of the 500, and now with a tire failure with 26 laps to go. These top three continue to battle. Now it's Riley Sampson taking second away as Parrish back on the inside, and they continue to fall behind, and right in front, somebody going around. A lot of smoke on the front straightaway, and the caution is out. I can't tell who went around. I don't see anybody with damage. Let's see this time by, and might be the 97 of Stapleton. Somebody hitting the outside wall off of turn number 4, and this changes everything. So that saves the 19 a little bit. And the 12 for that matter. I'd say the 12 and the 19, but we're under caution for the first time today. Might have been Brennan Wilmington, might have been Ryan Durrani. Nonetheless, Trey Smith sees his 2.5-second lead evaporate. Here for our first caution of the afternoon. This will change the complexion of this race, with 26 laps remaining in the ASE DieHard 400. I don't imagine anybody will come down the pit lane. It will be open this time by. And nobody electing to come down. Again, nobody with damage, so I'm not sure what exactly brought out the yellow flag. The top 10 will all stay out. Trey Smith has led all but 3 laps here today. Has been the dominant car of the afternoon. We'll see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day here at the Rockingham Speedway in the ASE DieHard 400. So it's going to be Logan Williams and Owen Miles getting together coming out of turn number 4. They're both stuck behind the 19 of Tyler Reynolds. Like we said, he was going to come into a factor into this race, and the 05 and the 17 making some contact, going on the banking and turning the 17 car not all the way around, but he's going to run up and into the 15. You see all the debris that comes onto the track. So ultimately that is what's going to trigger the caution, as Williams does a fantastic job of keeping that car off the wall, doing a little half spin off the turn 4. And that is basically going to be the only thing to bring out the caution. So it wasn't a car going entirely around, but you see all the debris going onto the front straightaway, and the NASRN officials deciding that that was enough to warrant the caution flag. So while there was an accident to trigger it, still technically going to go down as a debris caution in the race, and shouldn't knock anybody out. But, you know, this race was, it was interesting. We went 53 laps green flag, which I take going after last week. I wouldn't have expected that. But we'll take another look at this accident in real time, then get you back to the racing action here as we clean up the debris from caution number 1, the ASE DieHard 400. Following with Logan Williams and Owen Miles. Williams doing a half spin off of turn 4, but again, you see all the debris coming out of the 4th corner. And the Wisconsin native doing a half spin. I don't even think he flat spotted his tires. He just went back and going. He's able to rejoin the field here. But nonetheless, the caution is out. We'll bunch these guys up, and Trey Smith has had a heck of a day so far. We'll see if he is able to hold off a hard-charging Riley Sampson, as Gutierrez or Fogelman sideswipes the 24 there on the cooldown lap. We'll see what 79 is able to do on the restart here. We clean up the debris from caution number 1, the ASE DieHard 400. And we're back here at the Rockingham Speedway, wrapping up our first caution of the afternoon. Nobody was knocked out from that 3-car accident. 40 cars on the lead lap, 42 cars are on the racetrack. Logan Williams was the cause of that caution, and his former car, probably the biggest loser from that accident. The top 5 going back through the race's restart zone are Trey Smith, Riley Sampson, Will Parrish, Justin Zidell, and Danny Fallington rather, coming around here to complete 57 laps of the scheduled 80. 2 cars off the lead lap, the 19 and the 12. They're nearly hooked together on the restart. Again, Fogelman coming down. He's only a lap down. Now he's got his lap back, but here to the inside. Trey Smith stuck on the outside lane. Riley Sampson will go to the point. Smith, the dominant car of the day, now starting to falter on the outside lane. And Riley Sampson, who has been knocking in front of all these guys, will go to the race lead here in the 24, coming around to 20 laps to go, and Trey Smith might have this race fall out of his hands. I tell you, that 24 has got a booster rocket strapped underneath him as we're 3 wide for second. Zidell bombing into the inside, Parrish in the middle. Ooh, nearly a little bit of contact there between the Arby's Monte Carlo and the Logitech Taurus. The Hers Toyota trying to rim ride on the outside. He's going to go way wide and lose a ton of spots in the 79 car. Corey Case making his way to the podium. A little bit of contact there with Dylan Matthews. Matthews able to get it up and going. High through turn 2 was Trey Smith as he loses a lot of positions in that number 79, the dominant car of the day. But the second most dominant car of the afternoon is just driving it like he stole it. A huge, huge lead right now for Riley Sampson. But it's just Justin Zidell trying to bring back with it. Don't count out Corey Case. Agius Motorsports running second on Saturday, and they're in position for another runner-up spot. Here comes Case to the inside of Zidell. This is for the penultimate position. Pennsylvania native taking on the Delta, Ohio native of Corey Case in his second race in the MBCS. And he will clear. That'll bring up Ethan Lewis in that 4th spot. And meanwhile, falling all the way back is Trey Smith, and it will not be today where the Buffalo, New York native will go to Gatorade Victory Lane. It was looking like it, but Logan Williams doing a half spin off of turn number 4 and a debris caution, thwarting any chance of a win here. With just 16 laps to go. Still, these guys are bunched up. We could see another accident. I don't know if Sampson is going to be able to catch up to Fogelman or 19, Tyler Reynolds, but everybody is on a lead lap. Oh, Corey Case is coming. He is closed in 1/10 of a second on that 24. His team owner deep in the field right now. But Case in his second ever start in the NASRN, looking for a chance, and he is closing in a ton on Riley Sampson at the stripe. Not as much that time. He closed in 0.05 of a second. But you'll see it here. Down the back straightaway. He's within drafting position is Braden Perez. Oh, what a fantastic save there from the Daytona 500 champion. Got turned off the front end of Skylar Taylor. And a Circus Kyle Busch looking save from the Riverside, California native. Holy. Again, we could see something similar. We could see a car not make that save. We'll bring out another caution as we close in on 10 laps to go, but what a fantastic save from the driver of the 92. Had an up and down day, currently running in 17th, but is on the inside lane, so will be in 15th in no time flat. But a car looking for that first spot. Here comes Case. He's going to be right on the back bumper of this 24 in a matter of 2 or 3 laps. Probably sooner than that. Dylan Matthews has given up third to the 7 car. Waiting in the wings is either John Andrews or Ethan Lewis. But it's all Corey Case versus Riley Sampson with 10.5 laps to go from Rockingham. It's been a fantastic race so far. Tire wear, saving your stuff and track position have been the name of the game. With 10 laps to go, Case is caught up to Riley Sampson. He is right on the back bumper of that 24 car. Andrews moves to the inside of Lewis for third, but it's the battle right front as Case continuing to play with his food a little bit here, waiting to make his move. 9 to go. They're not going to catch up to anybody. So this is a clean and green racetrack as Case continues to be right snug on the back bumper of that peak Monte Carlo. Just waiting to build up enough of a run. Not able to do anything yet here. 8 to go as I cross the stripe. Sampson looking to defend. Australia versus the U.S. So Ethan Lewis will give up 4th to Igor Barreto. Case looking to be the first rookie this season to win. Riley Sampson, the WASP champion, looking for his first win of the campaign. 7 laps to go. Case, oh, I think he's starting to use up a little bit of his stuff here. Tyler Reynolds has caught up to the back end of this field. So, good recovery for the driver of the 19. We'll have to see how many spots he makes up as he's on about 10 lap fresher tires than everybody else. But Case and Sampson battling it out here. Case losing a little bit of time to Riley Sampson. I think Corey used up a little bit of his stuff trying to catch up to the 24 as Sampson starting to scoot away in that peak number 24 car. 5 laps to go. The deficit that time doubled. Case losing a little bit of ground. Now John Andrews has saved up some stuff in the 44. This could be a 3-car battle for the race win, but we're coming to 4 laps to go. It might be too little too late for the Texas native. Four to go this time by for Riley Sampson. Looking to get Appleseed Racing their second win at the Rock. Remember, Keegan Thompson won here back in 2021. Riley Sampson looking for his second career win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. He's been a stalwart in that 24 car since 2020. 3 laps away from win number 3. 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure it's 2. Case 0.3 of a second off. I think that's going to be all she wrote. It's going to be another second place finish for the Agius Motorsports. But Popsicle sticks in there. 2 laps to go for Riley Sampson. And the gap now half a second between the 24 and the 63. And this race is official. Andrews, can he get second away from Case? Come around to turn number 4. White flag in the air. One more time around the Rockingham Speedway for Riley Sampson. He started really high in this pack. Started in the 7th spot. Utilized that inside lane to be a factor in the entirety of this race and rounding turns 3 and 4. Case too far back to do anything about it. Coming off the final corner, Riley Sampson wins the ASE DieHard 400 at the Rock. Second race of the season, Chevrolet with their first win. The Bowties are back in Gatorade victory lane. What a race and what a finish for this 24 car. Case coming oh so close, but given that he started fairly deep in the field in the 63, started actually 41st. So going from 2nd to 41st for Corey Case, I think he'll take it. He was the biggest mover of the race, no doubt about that. But Riley Sampson doing the job done here at gets Appleseed Racing their first win of 2024. Taking a look at your full field standings. Riley Sampson gets the job done. Corey Case finishes in 2nd, 0.3 of a second away. John Andrews finishes 3rd. Igor Barreto, good recovery for him. He's 4th, and Ethan Lewis rounds out your top 5. Toby Murphy, Skylar Taylor, good recovery for her as well. Justin Zidell, Cameron Garlington, and Matthew Hubert round out your top 10. And trying to find Trey Smith, the dominant car of the day, finishing in the 25th spot. All 42 cars finished this race. A good recovery for Tyler Reynolds. Was 2 laps down. Was able to take advantage of the 4 fresh tires on the caution lap, pitting then, and able to salvage a 32nd place finish after being 42nd for the majority of this race. Sampson able to get it done here at the Rock, and what a race. Probably, definitely the best race we've had here in a while in terms of track position, in terms of runs, and Sampson able to get the job done there after that final restart, the only restart of the race. Able to hold off a hard-charging 63 car of Corey Case to end up in Gatorade victory lane for the 2nd time in his career. I'll have to check back last season to see if that 24 car was in victory lane. I know for a fact it was in 2021. I don't know if it was in 2022 off the top of my head. But nonetheless, that will do it here from the Rockingham Speedway. Congratulations once again to Riley Sampson for winning the ASE DieHard 400. And we'll see you this Saturday night, May 25th, and over a little bit west of here in Charlotte for the POW MIA 600 presented by Mission BBQ, our longest race of the season, our 3rd race of the season at that, right here on the NASRN. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your point standings after race 2 of the 2024 Mission BBQ Cup Series season, and from Rockingham, North Carolina, on behalf of the North American Sim Racing Network, my name is Trey Wright. Have a great evening, folks.